Hello, everyone. Welcome. Saturday at late afternoon or early afternoon, 5 o'clock. Saturday at 5 o'clock. And today we're going to be doing California Sauvignon Blanc by Rodney Strong. Now, Rodney Strong, okay, was a pioneer when it came in the 50s in California. Okay, he came to California in 59. Originally, after the war, he was in Paris and he was dancing, right? He was a dancer after the war. And Toledo in Paris, which was their Broadway, to us is very big. He made it. He was a dancer, met his wife. They came back, they were in Broadway in New York. And when he was in Paris, he loved the wine country. He studied the wine country for a couple of years. He would always be going to the wine country whenever he could get a break. Study the grapes, the different, because you know, how they do it in France is they have, you know, when we do the sections, they're very, you know, one's a Burgundy, one's a Bordeaux, East Bank, West Bank, you know, very categorized and designated areas, you know, as of Italy is too, with the Brunellos, the pretty much, you know, the Chiantis. So he came to America, and he was a farm boy to begin with. He grew up on a farm, and he met his wife in Broadway. And I guess there was, you know, let's do a career change. You can only dance so long. So the two of them came back to California from where he was from. And he bought a vineyard in 1959. In 59, there wasn't too many vineyards, you know, and he bought a vineyard. And he was one of the first to, he understood California grapes and tried to teach it to people as far as designates difference in soils, difference in microclimates, the difference between, you could be 4 miles on the other side of a ridge, the steepness, the water, the drainage, the soil, is it sand, is it, right? So he was the first one to put like Alexander Valley. He's in the northwest, east part of Sonoma, northern part, and he Russian River. He was the one who made Russian River popular. He made Alexander Valley popular, okay? And he was up in Harzburg. So he was up there. And he was well loved by many people and very well respected. Very intellectual, smart guy. And made one mistake. His mistake was he went public. He bought the farm 59. By 79, he decided to go public in the 76. He goes public, and all of a sudden he can't control it, you know, because stock, people buy out the stock, Guinness comes in, they buy him out, and then he loses control of the company. So in 19, he kind of takes a back seat, you know, gets pushed out. And Thomas Klein comes in. Now, Thomas Klein was a 4-generational farmer, his family, but he went into business. He was a consultant, a financial consultant. Let me get out of this. I love my farm, and he went back into farming. So he took over the farm, and he got close with Rodney Strong after that. You know, they saw, because I think he was happy that his business was going back to being not owned by a corporation and this gentleman. And he's big on, Tom Klein is very big on sustainable farming. He's the first vineyard to go 0% carbon emissions, okay, in the whole county of, in Sonoma County. Then and Sonoma's divided into 3 different regions, okay? Sonoma's divided into, Sonoma Valley, you got Northern Sonoma, and you have Sonoma Coast, okay? And there's maybe, they call them AVAs in California stuff. AVAs in agricultural, agricultural area, right? So you can allowed to put it on the wine. See, like this is Charlotte's Home, okay? He can put that, and he can put Northern Charlotte's Home, and this was named after his wife. Rodney Strong named this after his wife in 71, okay? They both passed on in the last decade or so, you know. But when Klein got it, he really ran well with it. You know, it's up to 14 vineyards now. There's 14 vineyards, and when they produce this wine, and this was Rodney's idea with this, he takes the Alexander Valley. Okay, is going to give you a fruit and backbone, like structure. You know, like you'll do when you blend the Pinot Grigio with the Sauvignon Blanc. The Blanc's the fruitiness. The structure comes from the Pinot Grigio. Same thing here. One wine, right? Sauvignon Blanc, but from where it's grown, that grape has a different texture, composition, fruitiness. Now, you're going to get the Russian River, which I love. Sonoma, like my favorite Chardonnay, well, there's a couple, but I always, a go-to is Long, and another go-to is Sonoma-Cutrer. Now, because Sonoma-Cutrer is going to cost you $25, $30 a bottle, but they make three different ones. They make the Russian River, they make Estate, and Le Perrier. Le Perrier is the best. Now, when you see Estate on a bottle, that means it could be an estate, but it doesn't have to be from the same estate, okay? Like this Charlotte's Home, this could come as long as it's in the same AVA, so it could be a 5-mile region, 3-mile region, those grapes. Now, Klein grows grapes, but they have 14 vineyards, but they buy from different vineyards, okay? And they produce 830,000 cases a year now, okay? And they have 14 different vineyards they deal with. They have maybe 30 different wines. Their wines, like this is the inexpensive, this is 10. Rodney Straw, you can pay 150 for. You can pay 190. He has a lot of wines between 40 and 90, let's say. That's, of his better wines, okay? Now, he uses, on this, which a lot of places, like we do a lot of places, they only use stainless. On some of these, he'll use 10% oak. Just 10% of the wine that goes in, he'll put it in French oak. He uses French oak, just 10%, 90% stainless, fermentation. They cull their own grapes, pick them, they cull them, they go through, hand cull them, they're not feeded through they come down a conveyor belt, but they hand picking them. He's had 3 or 4 guys who've been with him for 15 years, okay? Well, they got a big operation. I mean, it's huge, 14 vineyards, So, we'll give this a chance. But Rodney Strong he was quite a guy when you think about it. Him and his wife, both ballet teachers, they come, They made him Wine Guy of the Year, I think, in 2002. He suffered a stroke when he was, right around 2000. And then in 2012, this vineyard from Wine Spectator got Vineyard of the Year, which is a big to do. Because, a lot of their wines, this wine rates an 88. It's an 88, okay? It sells $13. Now, the Alexander Valley is going to give you the fruit and structure on this, okay? Russian River, you're going to get the ocean breezes, and that's going to give you zesty, bang, pop, boom. And then the Dry Creek is going to give you more of a melon or tropical. The fruit, the smell was only hints. When I say very little oak, I mean you got to search for it. You really don't smell the oak. That might give some of the structure. You get a little bit of fruit. You get some oak. You get some fruit. Very light on the oak, though. It's like a melon. It's not an apple or grapefruit. There's no pungent. There's no zing to it. It's very light, zesty. Little tropical fruit. This is a very, mellow yellow, straw yellow. They call me mellow yellow. Right, left. No, but this is a very light drinking. A lot more. Most people, this is not your typical Sauvignon Blanc. Okay, it's a lot more. It's a lot tamer. It's a lot more conservative. This would be good with. It's got a little acidity. It's got enough acidity where you could do this with fish. You could do this with even a spicy fish. You could do this with a clam chowder. Okay, lobster. This will cut. Like last night's was creamy. This is a little sharper, but it's understated. Soft cheese. This is just very fresh, light acidity. A little toasty. A little toast, very little smoke. There is smoke, but there's very little. Everything on here is very, very mundane. You know, not maybe mundane doesn't sell it too good, but I mean it is. It's not anemic. It's just very light, very pleasing. Okay. Now everyone have a great. Sun's going to come out tomorrow, right? Next couple days should be nice. Let's enjoy ourselves. Have a good time. Let's hope that the numbers are getting better and better. So we can put our feet up maybe. Stay smart. Just stay smart. You know, you don't walk into a store when there's 40 people in there, okay? Go off hours, keep your 6 feet, wear your mask, wash your hands. We wash our hands is key. Wash your hands is the biggest, okay? So wash the hands, wear the mask around people, have a great thing, and let's say a prayer for all those that are either struggling with this right now or everybody. Everybody needs to get out, relax, enjoy life a little more, okay? We need it for the heart, we need it for everything. So God bless you, take care, and have a great Memorial.